Alright, it is the beginning of March, and as you can see, we have a lot of snow. It is not exactly garden season yet, but the days have started to get longer. The sun is out a lot more. We're into more of like between 0 degrees Celsius and minus 10 degrees Celsius on more of like a daily basis. So there hasn't been as many negative 30 nights in the last couple weeks, but I'm getting really excited for spring. I have just recently had more of a creative urge to start planning the gardens and thinking about, what flowers I want to plant, what vegetables I want to plant, if I'm going to purchase any kind of fruit trees this year. I do have an apple tree, a paradise apple tree, but I'd like to get apples that are a little bit larger, see if it's something that we'll be able to grow on the property here. But yeah, we have a lot of snow still, so there's going to be a decent amount of time before our last frost. I don't really have the greatest indoor setup for seed starting this year. That might be something that I set up maybe for next year, or maybe I'll do a couple small plants inside, but I can hear birds. I believe that's a chickadee, because I call it the cheeseburger bird, but it's not the cheeseburger bird. Because it sounds like he's saying cheeseburgers, cheeseburgers. I think it's the cheeseburger bird. But yeah, these trees here are usually where I have my hammock hanging all like late spring, summer, early fall. It's one of my favorite places on the property. These are two, I believe they're poplar trees. I just like having trees on the property. They're pretty decent in size. They provide a good amount of shade, and it's a nice spot to sit and read. But yeah, I'm thinking today I might just spend some time inside and go through some of my gardening books and try to come up with some ideas of what we're going to plant this year. Okay, well, on a much less whimsical note, I have run out of wood. It was my first season with a wood stove, and I really had no idea how much wood I was going to need, so I got 5 cord, or I guess it's 5 bush cord. Just depends on what you consider a cord, I guess, but I ordered 5. But I got my stove earlier than expected. I wasn't supposed to get the wood stove until the end of November, and I got it at the beginning of November. So I needed about another month worth of wood. So yeah, it is now the end of March and it is still snowing, thus why I need more wood. So I now have to split and stack more wood in the snow, which is not ideal, but it's part of the learning process. So I'm gonna stack some wood. Done. Kind of serves me right for wanting to have a lazy morning. It was not snowing this morning. It wasn't even snowing early afternoon today. But I procrastinated and put off dealing with the wood pile until, until it started snowing. So it's done. I'm very warm. I really do like the snow. I'm ready for spring, but I do like the snow. Alright, all done with the wood. Happy it's done. Probably should have done it earlier this morning, but it's just how she goes sometimes. So yeah, I think I should have plenty for the rest of winter up here. It is spring. It is not looking like spring today, but it's fine. I did go through all of my gardening books. I have purchased some seeds. There is a store up in the area I live in that has a lot of native plants to the area, so I'm gonna wait and go and get some of those at some point. Those aren't necessarily vegetables, but just plants that I'd like to reintroduce and make sure that the area has the plants that are meant to be here in this zone, climate, location. Yeah, so I do have a little mini boxed greenhouse. Actually, maybe I'll just go grab it. So here is my dome. This is like a little mini greenhouse that I will transfer my plants to once they, or my seed starts I should say, once they outgrow this one here. So I have 16 little pots. This has a clear dome that goes on top as well, so that once they outgrow this little greenhouse, I can put them in the larger greenhouse. And then I just got these, I should turn this off. These are little like pucks, basically. You just put the seed in them, put them in one of those pots, and then just water it. So I will start seeds in there. And then the assortment of seeds we are working with, I have tomato, cilantro, beets, just red beets, cabbage, and lettuce. So I'm going to seed start not all of these, but some of them. I had some leftover stuff from gardening before, just some pansies and wildflowers and random things, but I really do want to try to commit to only planting plants native to the area I live in and not introduce species of plants that don't belong here. So I'm gonna have to make sure that if I spread any of these perennial wildflowers that they're not harmful to the area that I'm in, and there's probably better options for me. I do have pumpkins because I really like to carve pumpkins at Halloween, so I've always thought it would be cool to not only grow your own pumpkin, but grow your own Christmas tree kind of thing. So they say that they're great for carving and that these will weigh between 10 and 25 pounds. 25-pound pumpkin. That's really big. I feel like that's a pretty large pumpkin. I mean, that'd be awesome. And then a friend of mine had given me seeds a few years ago. I don't know if they're still good, just because they've been sitting in a drawer. So I have some spaghetti squash, echinacea, some snap sweet peas, and some zucchini. So I will probably plant some of those as well, or see if I can germinate the seeds. But yeah. Haven't started this yet. This is an April to-do. Speaking of April, I have booked myself a trip to Curacao to visit my sister. My little sister lives there, and it is an actual blizzard outside right now. What is going on? This is why I'm going to Curacao. I tried to take a video outside. I feel like it didn't do it justice with like what's going on out there right now, but anyways, that's just part of the weather up here. It changes. So yeah, March was pretty eventful. It's been back to work. It's been really great. I've had a lot of busy nights during a season that we weren't expecting to be as busy, so that's been awesome. And yeah, just planning ahead for spring, planning for that trip to Curacao. I will probably bring my camera with me, and I will definitely film my time there. I need to start getting my stuff together for packing for that. I'm actually bringing my sister a suitcase that's just of stuff for her that she can't get easily anymore being on an island. So I have a carry-on worth of my own things that I get to bring. And yeah, I'll be there for 12 days. It should be a really good time. So yeah, that's likely what the next video will entail. Until then, see you later.